Hello everybody, especially the INTPs. I wanted to ask you guys for advice on if I was an actual INTP or not, just by what I'm saying here and also my actions. Um, so I'm at this point where it's sort of confusing because I don't really understand if I could be caught in like some loop. Well, it definitely seems like I'm caught in a loop because my extrovert intuition doesn't seem as um, active as it really should be. But I'm trying to think perhaps maybe I'm just not an INTP, maybe I'm in ENTP and it might be just way so strong that it's like so much information is coming in that my TI is having trouble siphoning it all out in a sense because of things that I had thought of prior and all that stuff rolling around in your mind kind of like preoccupies you if you understand what I mean. Um, but yeah, I seem to be caught in this like habitual sort of loop where I'll take something and then I'll just dig it and dig it and dig it and dig it and dig it, not even realize I'm doing it, and it starts to become unhealthy because it's not always about the most positive aspects and it's not always about like the most objective aspects. So it's usually a lot of the times taking a subjective thing and applying objective aspects to it to find this subjective result, and it ends up always being subjective because even if it's like a purely objective analysis, like something existential, then you get to the bottom of that and you either have an answer or a few answers, and then you try to, at least I do, because it's a defining principle that I realize apply that to myself, which could be a problem maybe. I don't know. I feel like there's pros and cons there, but so yeah, at this point I'm just not at a I don't know optimal. I don't seem to be at an optimal level of functioning where comparative to where I want to be. I feel like I'm. If you've seen the Enneagram, I feel like I'm at level 5 for Enneagram 5, which is kind of being the observer in your head, not really coming out, just making observations and stuff, where I really want to be at levels 1, 2, or 3. Now, that being said, I don't know if I'm an INTP just because I'm an Enneagram Type 5. I could be an INFJ, an INFP, a ENTP, or an INTJ also. So, really, I really just want you guys' advice. I seem to be very confused, because, I've gone so far into this sort of, like, looping sort of thought process that's become habitual that, I don't want to be in it anymore. I just feel like it's way too introverted, and it's just unnaturally introverted. I know as an Enneagram Type 5, you're always going to be an observer, but that doesn't mean that you can't really interact with your environment directly. You still can. Um, you don't have to kind of be in a detached place, like a floating head over your left shoulder, observing, the one other person that you're talking to, or, other people, um, while observing kind of yourself. It's like self-monitoring in a way. And to me, it's become almost like an instinctual thing. Like, I don't even realize I'm doing it, and I just end up doing it, and it kind of like stunts my thought process, and it really fucking pisses me off. And it sounds ridiculous because it's just like, then just stop. But it's gone to the point where, like, I'll do it so much, or at such like habitual level that you just don't realize it's going on until you are there for a while and you're like, what the fuck? I just feel so stunted right now. Um, Compared to like the way I could normally think, if I was at a um, good place or a healthier place um, of thinking. Um, so or if happiness is a better word. I think. Even though it's not like I'm like, distraught or disoriented right now, but I feel frustrated mostly. But it's not causing any sorrow, really. But it does frustrate because you could be operating at kind of like a higher level. I don't know if this really. I hope this makes sense, and I hope you guys can relate to what I'm saying here. So, yeah, please leave any comments. If you think that I'm not an INTP, then please let me know what other type you could suggest me to be as. I'm very interested in finding that out because um, possibilities are possibilities. So, yeah, leave your comments. If you have any stories that relate to this sort of thing, I'd also like to hear it and reply back to it. Maybe we can bounce off each other and, take kind of like move up the scale here from level 5 to level 3, 2, or 1, because I think that's just the most natural place to be. So anyhow, yeah, and don't be intimidated by that. I'm not trying to push anything. I I like to get to the truth of things, really. So it frustrates me because that just seems more natural than something that is frustrating in the first place. So yeah. Anyhow, yeah. Please leave your comments. Kind of rambled this past minute. So yeah. Thanks. Bye.